It's Din. Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Book of Boba Fett. We're up to Chapter 5. No title yet. We'll find out when we get to the title screen. I mean, what else can we say? We heard that music. We heard that music. Din Djarin is on his way. I mean, come on. Filoni and Favreau, you guys know what you're doing. I have faith. But when is he going to show up? Is he going to show up? He has the possibility of showing up at the very beginning of this episode, at the very end of this episode, or not in this episode. I don't think they would put it right in the middle or something. I really hope it's this episode. I'm super pumped. I mean, I've been excited all week for this thing. So it's the Pikes versus Fett and his people, which will hopefully include Din Djarin. Now, who's going to come with Din Djarin if he comes? I don't know. We talked about it a little bit last week, but I think we want to talk about it a little bit more before we get started and see if we can kind of guess this stuff. If he shows up this episode. A lot of people are saying, oh, they want to see Bo-Katan, but I don't know if Bo-Katan will be there. Because remember, Din Djarin has the Darksaber. That's how it ended, right? The last season of Mandalorian. Bo-Katan wanted that because it's going to represent to them who the leader of Mandalore is. Bo-Katan really, and I think I mentioned this at the end of my reaction to that episode of Mandalorian. Bo-Katan is focused. I mean, she might be a little personally peeved at what happened because she really wanted it. But I think she's more, honestly, I think she's more noble than that. She really wants Mandalore reclaimed. She doesn't really care. I mean, she does, but not to the point where she would give up reclaiming Mandalore or scrap her plans or fight Din Djarin or something. So I think she's going to say, okay, you got it. You need to join our cause. We need to take Mandalore back. And I think Din Djarin will do that. I really do think he will do that. With all the things he's learned and found, and with Grogu off, he'll do that. So I don't think Bo-Katan is going to be with him right now. And the reason I say that is because they don't want to, I think, show any of the whole taking of Mandalore stuff in this series. I think they want to save that for the next season of Mandalorian. So I would imagine he might say that she's off collecting more resources. Because remember, she was collecting ships, potentially personnel, people. She was doing all of that work. So I think she's still going to be doing that work. And hopefully, if she's not in the show, they'll make some reference to that. Din will say that she's off doing that. That's my guess. So the Mandalorians that were with Bo are probably off collecting stuff. So it's going to be him. He might have been helping her, but he's, was called by his old friend or new friend, Boba, and he's decided to come, but he's not going to spare, any of those other people. But might he bring anybody with him? I mean, there's other bounty hunters that he might have run into. You can't bring IG-11 or IG-88 for that matter, I don't think. Sadly, IG-11's gone. But he might bring other bounty hunters. He might bring some Mandalorians. Maybe he could spare a couple that we've never met before. Maybe others from his maybe the armorer. I just thought of her. But she's not, well, I guess she is a fighter and she is in a group of Mandos that were doing bounty hunting. As Bo said, not all Mandalorians are bounty hunters, so I don't think she's going to be too interested in doing some sort of a hire gig, pay for hire gig. The only thing she might do it for, the only reason she might be there is if she could get something out of it that would help her cause, right? I don't know what necessarily that would be. So anyway, hopefully he shows up. Hopefully I think this is probably an episode where all those forces gather, and then the last couple of episodes will be a fight, maybe. So this and 2 more episodes is it. So let's start watching, man. Sorry that took so long. I hate long intros.
Trust them?
They are not foolish.
Of course you don't trust them.
What I'm sure
Are we going to hear it again? Ah, dang it. We didn't hear it. This doesn't look like it's on Tatooine? Maybe it is. Just doesn't look like Tatooine architecture. It's Din. Still got a spear. Is he bounty hunting? And does he have the Darksaber? I didn't notice. Can't tell.
They're not going anywhere.
God, I love this. I missed him so much.
Looks to me like you're surrounded.
No, he's not.
I can bring you in warm.
He has it. Oh, he hit himself. Ah! He's not that good with it. All he does need is his head, right? God, I missed the Mandalorian. Can we comment on the fact that he hurt himself with the sword? He hasn't gotten any training with it. He has no Jedi to train him. Bo-Katan probably didn't use it that much. So he's prone to scarring himself.
You all can help yourselves to whatever you think you deserve from your former employer.
Yeah, they don't want to die for that. They don't want to die for him. Go get some money. Wow, that really messed up his leg. Return of the Mandalorian. Great title. So was this a space station he was on, where that meat market was? That would explain why the architecture didn't look, like it was on a desert planet. Very cool. Find him. Is it going to be Fennec? Is Fennec going to go out and get him? Or are they just going to try to reach out to him through some sort of message or communication? Doesn't he have any, back to spray like the IG gave him? Doesn't have any of that? Doesn't have, a first aid kit on him at all? You'd think he would. Why is this taking so long? Normally I guess it's a Book of Boba Fett. It's got a slightly different pacing than the Mandalorian does. The Mandalorian doesn't usually drag out like this. This scene would have been over a long time ago. Come on, you have to have some first aid. Oh, he's getting weaker. I don't like this pacing. Just reminds me how slow Boba Fett is, the Book of Boba Fett is compared to the Mandalorian. Ah, other Mandos. Actually his particular group too. Oh, do you have to jetpack up into it? You go down and then jetpack up into it, maybe? Is that the armor? It looks like her. It is! Oh! Is that the heavy? Looks like him. Vizsla knows his meaning, I think. I wonder if the theories are correct. I think they probably are, that based on her helmet design, she was a follower of a particular former Sith. Darth Maul. Or Maul. He has some eyes on that, some intentions, some plans. I think he kind of wants it too. He might actually end up fighting Mando for it. I mean, maybe. I don't think the armorer gives a crap. I mean, I think she gives a crap, but I don't think she wants to fight him for it. I do notice that his second name is the same as the family of the guy who actually created it. I think, right? That didn't surprise me. But as soon as she pointed out that they don't forge Beskar into weapons, except, I guess, the little bird thingies? The whistling birds? It didn't surprise me at all that he would just give it to her. In fact, I'd almost be willing to believe that if she said, "Give me the Darksaber," he would probably do it. I don't know. He was trying to give it to Bo-Katan. I love this background given to people who didn't watch the animated shows. Oh, background, love it. This would be background with Moff Gideon too, right? We're going to see him? No wonder Din said that. I think it was Din who said that, or maybe it was Boba Fett, who said that Mandalore had been turned to glass. Look at this. He never actually said yet that he's met Bo-Katan. He just said, "What do you know of her?" Oh no, he's gonna do it! He's gonna get armor for Grogu. A helmet, of course. She can't really forge anything that fits on him because she doesn't know how big it is, right? Oh, is it chainmail? I saw the chain links. Did he just make a little piece of chainmail? Or a little suit of chainmail? Is she training him? Yes. Good. He needs to learn how to not fight against the blade. Oh, like a lot of Mandalorian weaponry, she's saying that and equipment, like the jetpack, that it responds to thoughts. It's got a Jedi kind of connection to it, to its wielder.
It was forged by my ancestor.
Yeah.
Founder. I do.
And part of him wants to get rid of it. Part of him doesn't want it. no jetpacks. You fall, you're dead. Well, you'll float in space for a while. Interesting thing about this fight, if he, the Heavy, if he really believes in the cause and believes in rebuilding the covert and it being the way and all that stuff, he's not really going to want to kill Din. He wants a sword. He wants a saber. But I don't think he wants to kill Din to get it. I mean, he will if he has to, but I think he really wants to try to just get him to surrender, to give up, or just beat him down or something. Because if he kills him, that's one less person, one less good person in their group. Same with Din, of course. Oh no, he wants to kill him.
Removed your helmet.
Oh no.
Have you ever removed your helmet?
Yes, he's going to be honest. Does she know Bo-Katan lives? It is convenient. I was wondering when, he was going to join them and help them rebuild, and that was going to be his new home. That couldn't be what he did, right? He has to go help Bo in some way or be involved in the retaking of Mandalore, I think. So he had to leave. So it works. It totally makes sense that she would, as she did last time. It's not just out of the blue that she questions them on whether or not they've followed the rules. She did it last time when he showed up, and it wasn't the first time he had been there. So it's something she routinely questions them all about. And so when she questioned him, and he didn't, he was out. He wasn't part of their group anymore. As she put it, you're not a Mandalorian anymore, but of course he knows that Bo-Katan is a Mandalorian. And she removes her helmet. So he knows there's different sects of Mandalorians. According to them, this sect, he's no longer a Mandalorian, but he knows in his heart he still is. And he still has people other Mandalorians he can go to. So it forces the issue. He's going to be on Bo-Katan's team instead of with this group, his former sect. He basically took the helmet off for Grogu. It was all for Grogu. Every last time he took it off, it was. But this group doesn't consider that a valid reason. And now it's forced his hand. He's like, okay, well, Bo-Katan showed me that there's other forms of Mandalorians, that my sect was very extreme, and I did something I thought was right, and they won't allow me to stay because of it, so I'm out. I go somewhere else. I go basically with Bo-Katan's group. And for the short term, to Boba Fett. I'm going to Tatooine. He's got a lot of weapons. And he's got a flamethrower. Ooh. It's a religious artifact. No. Aw, what did he get for Grogu? It's cool how the kid reminded him of Grogu. I'm guessing a little chainmail suit of some sort, based on the little chain links that she was forging. Does he think Grogu's on Tatooine? Wait a minute, is Luke's first school located on Tatooine?
We wish you a pleasant stay.
Good, he didn't lose anything. Oh, that's a cute droid. Oh, well, it was. Yay! I got her all hiding behind her.
What an entrance! Oh, baby. Mind if I count it? Not that I don't trust you. Just want to make sure you don't give me too much.
Sure. That's a very small ship. Oh, wow. That's like one of the ones that were used in the prequels, right? Oh, it's not traceable.
They're all handmade. It's a classic. Please let me put her to... it'd be a lot faster if you helped.
How is he going to transport his bounties on this thing?
Tatooine is a garden of many bounties. I gave him a list.
I say again, the pacing, it's clear that the pacing of the Book of Boba Fett is a certain pacing and the pacing of the Mandalorian is a certain pacing. This is taking it's cool, it's cute, it's all kind of funny and interesting, but man, they're taking so much screen time to do stuff that they would just knock off in a couple of minutes in the Mandalorian. Why are we getting a montage of repairing, for instance? That wouldn't happen in the Mandalorian. That's definitely a Book of Boba Fett thing.
Thanks, little guy.
Oh, that's cool.
They crawled under a pike spice runner and crimped it off while they were refueling.
Tatooine Rooster. It's cool, but where does he put the bounties? I guess if he isn't going to be a bounty hunter anymore, he doesn't really need them. This entire episode has been about the Mandalorian. I just realized it's going to be over pretty soon. Is he ever going to hook up with Boba here? I'm not complaining. Grogu could sit there. I like this slowed down version of his theme. That's fast. Now, if it has any issues in here, it's destroyed. Womp rat? Oh, the kid. You'll wave to him now, right? Well, a nod is as good as a wave. Something went wrong, of course. Oh, X-Wings.
Voice is mighty familiar. Fly a Razor Crest? Fill out reports all day?
I mean, the incident with the Imperial remnants, he knows, is that he defeated them and took over their ship and everything. I mean, he did good work, and he captured an Imperial Moff Gideon. So he wouldn't, if he knows that it thinks that that's him, he wouldn't think he's a bad guy.
Name?
Fennec Shan.
Of course, Fennec didn't leave.
Tell him it's on the house.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd ask money.
I gotta pay a visit to a little friend.
And we're not going to see it. Oh, Bryce Dallas Howard, who directed Mandalorian episodes, a couple of them, right? But we're not going to pay a visit to a little friend. We want that to be Grogu. Like I'm saying, is Luke's initial school, is his initial training happening on Tatooine? Was his home planet? Maybe. Oh, yeah, nice. Of course, Amy Sedaris, sorry. Oh, and I love that world, that facility, that space station, whatever they were on. That's awesome. We even got a little bit of a pod racing scene, didn't we? The kid was great. A kid, oh, it's a different kid here. Ah. But the kid was a great reminder to him of Grogu. All right, so there are no after credits. Not yet. But that's great. Need to see a little friend. Got to pay a visit to a little friend. Please let that be Grogu, and please let him be on here. But will we see him? Maybe. So they spent this entire episode. Now I'm going to predict the people who were complaining that Boba Fett was the show was taking too long. It's like blah blah blah, and it gets boring. And why are they splitting up? Doing these flashbacks. They're going to look at this episode and go, "Why are we not getting any Boba Fett? Why?" Somebody will complain about it. Everything. Somebody will complain about. But I liked it. Like I said, my only little observation, not really complaint, observation was that the pacing is really different in this series than it is in Mandalorian, and that a lot of time was taken doing things that usually on Mandalorian get kind of glossed over with a wipe or something. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I love seeing Din Djarin again. Mando. Pedro Pascal didn't have to actually be on set because he never took his helmet off. So he just could do some voiceovers. They used the actors they used for the body doubles in the suit to do the work, which was great. I kind of had a feeling he wouldn't necessarily ask for money to help Boba Fett out. I mean, he might ask for supplies, if I need new stuff, refuel my flamethrower and stuff, he might ask for that. But he definitely wants to help him out because he's a friend now. He helped him get Grogu back, which means a lot to Din. So next episode, so we did get, at the very end, Fennec recruiting him. Next episode, I imagine there's going to maybe be more recruits, because I don't think they're going to just have Din, and that's it, right? She was going to hire more muscle. And they might have hired some more bounty hunters that we might see. A lot of people are looking forward to other bounty hunters appearing. That might happen next episode. I hope we get to see a little bit of a scene with Grogu, if that's who he's going to pay a visit to. to deliver the little chainmail to him, that would be awesome. Because he definitely wants to do that. And that's why I guess he came here for two reasons. One, because he got a message about a replacement ship. And two, because he came to deliver that to Grogu. So Grogu must be here. So this must be where Luke is doing his initial training. His initial facility is here, I guess. That would make sense. It's his home. So that'll be cool to see if we see it. I hope we do. I really hope we do. They can do it. I mean, it's not like they need actors to be there or anything for Grogu. And they don't need, they don't need the Luke character to appear, right? He doesn't have to for a little bit of a scene with him and with Din and Grogu. So that would be cool. But I think next episode, I guess, maybe the battle starts, because that'll be the next to last episode, and then in the end, the last episode, there'll be the end of the battle to who can rule Tatooine. And I wonder. I mean, Luke's not going to give a crap. That's all politics and business and crime, and he doesn't really care so much about that as long as they leave him alone. I don't think he'll get involved. I don't think any of his students, if he has more than Grogu, would get involved. I don't think Grogu's going to get involved. I still have this nagging feeling. I suspected at the beginning of the series that maybe Boba will lose and not be able to have the seat he wants, the family he wants here. I'm still thinking that might happen. He might not get it. I'm just noticing a little bit of a difference in Mando's helmet from before. Didn't he used to have on the right side where Boba had the targeting system? Din had a light, didn't he? I don't see it anymore. But this was great. This was a wonderful. It made me feel good, because when I started this reaction for this first episode of this show, I thought I told you guys, I said I might be a little bitter because I really wanted the next season of Mandalorian. I didn't want it delayed because of this show. I wanted both, basically. I wanted my cake and eat it too. And in a way, we're getting that. We're getting Din Djarin back, which is cool. We get to see his new ship. I'd love to see this be a place for Grogu to sit in the future. That'd be awesome if he decides to go with him and they stay together. If not, I guess that's where you can put a passenger / bounty. I guess. But again, I don't know that he's necessarily going to be a bounty hunter. I guess he has to, because I think ultimately in his series, when Mandalorian comes back, he's going to team back up with Bo-Katan, and they're going to try to take back Mandalore. I'm guessing that's what the next season is about. In the meantime, he's probably going to do a little bit of bounty hunting and stuff, and a little adventure here with Boba Fett. But once his series comes back, he may still have this ship, but it's not going to be for hauling bounties, right? Or for hunting bounties, for that matter. I would think so. Anyway, this is a great episode. A little slow, but good stuff in it. Loved it. Loved seeing characters come back that I missed. Love that little droid. The little droid was cool. I mean, he doesn't understand he's a flashlight, though. I mean, Din's like, focus here. And he looks up there, and then he looks back at Din. He's like, no, focus here. I love that. But he was the cool little droid. I love her little droid posse that she's got. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think. There was some good stuff in here. I stopped and commented during a bunch of it, so not much I can remember to talk about here. So hopefully you guys heard me talk about it during the episode. So I'll catch you next time.